President Obama's national security reassurance tour took him to Virginia today, and a briefing from counterterrorism officials. He then extolled Americans to stay alert and not to change their holiday plans and not to let the terrorists win. But despite this meeting, and one at the Pentagon earlier in the week, the president still has no new answers for the growing fear in this country over ISIS terrorism and its potential to strike the homeland. Correspondent Kevin Corke leads off tonight from the White House.
From the Oval Office to the Pentagon to the National Counterterrorism Center. Different venues, but essentially the same message from President Obama. The effort to keep the country safe from terror continues round the clock.
Across our government, these dedicated professionals, including here at NCTC, are relentless. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
The remarks following a comprehensive security review of U.S. efforts to protect the homeland.
We are in a new phase of terrorism, including lone actors and small groups of terrorists, like those in San Bernardino. Just as the threat evolves, so do we.
That evolution includes going after terrorists overseas, preventing them from getting into the U.S. in the first place, and working to prevent attacks here at home. Of little comfort for a jittery public, says Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger.
Unfortunately, the administration, they may be doing some things, but they have not given the American people the confidence that they're doing everything to keep us safe.
On the subject of the terror war, Russian President Vladimir Putin surprised many today when he suggested that the U.S. and Russia have actually narrowed their differences on Syria, sharing the same view of how to settle the conflict. But he rejected the notion of U.S. intervention in Syrian politics.
We will never agree with the idea of a third party, whoever it is, imposing its opinion about who governs who. This is beyond any common sense and international law.
Meanwhile, on the sidelines at the United Nations Security Council, Treasury Secretary Jack Lew met with other world finance ministers looking for ways to disrupt terror network cash flows. This as the administration continues to grapple with what to do with the remaining detainees at Guantanamo Bay Prison, 48 of whom have now been cleared for immediate transfer.
We're under some limitations about what can be said publicly about this. But, obviously if there are any transfers that are planned, Congress will get appropriate notification at least 30 days in advance.
Bret, for months I've been pressing the White House on this idea that they wanted to have fewer than 100 detainees remaining at the prison at Guantanamo Bay by the end of the year. And even today, while they refuse to confirm that number, we have learned here at Fox News that Defense Secretary Ash Carter has approved the transfer of at least 17 detainees, and if that happens by year's end, that will leave just 90. Bret?
Kevin Corke live on the North Lawn. Kevin, thank you.